You have something that you thought was only a fantasy coming into your reality. I just kept hearing the word fantasy, fantasy. So you have some sort of manifestation, some sort of idea, dream that you've had that you kind of convinced yourself was only possible or was only possible in like a fantasy story, but it's actually coming to fruition. Let's see what the cards say. So you have the Emperor on the bottom. Being chosen, feeling like you were chosen for this path, chosen for this wish, chosen for this dream. I feel like that's the energy that you've been really working on embodying, trying to talk to yourself, convince yourself, work with yourself, heal yourself to believe that it is possible to be brought into your reality, that it doesn't have to just be a fantasy. And I feel like you've been making really difficult decisions with yourself, being very honest. I feel like you've had lots of moments recently where you've kind of looked at your situation, looked at yourself and said, where am I blocking my blessings? Where am I blocking my blessings? Because as we know, manifestation starts from inside. We have to become an energetic match to what we're calling in. And so there's a lot of, subconscious blocks, wounds that we have to work through, things that we have to heal within ourselves before we can actually see things come to fruition. And I feel like you've been making some difficult choices, difficult choices on how you're looking at things that haven't worked out in the past, how you're viewing yourself, how you're viewing your capabilities, imposter syndrome, quieting those thoughts, quieting the voices that try to tell you that it's not possible, that you're never going to accomplish that. And through this healing, it's beginning a whole new stage, a whole new page in the way that you bring ideas to life, is what I heard. Bringing your ideas to life, planting the seeds and actually watching them come to fruition, where you're going to be able to fall into this balance of balancing everything that you want and desire, balancing all of these beautiful, energies where you're going to essentially like grow another arm to hold this is kind of the energy that's coming through with that card. Growing another arm to hold this manifestation that you thought wouldn't be possible within your current reality. It's like I'm hearing like, oh, that'll never happen because I work at this job, or oh, that'll never happen because I live here. It's like something is breaking through. Something is breaking through into your reality where, again, you just never thought it would be possible, and then suddenly it's becoming possible. And you're growing and expanding your capacity and capability to hold that wish, to hold that dream. Okay, what else? Can the collective know, please? So yeah, the devil energy flipped out here with judgment. Yeah, you've been shedding a lot of these toxic ideas, toxic narratives, toxic energies. I'm also hearing the phrase of like the brighter you shine your light, the louder the voices will be. Like when it comes to energy vampires, you're going to hear, it's like receiving hate or having people talk down on your dreams, telling you, oh, you're so silly. Like, why would you think that's possible? It's not. And I feel like you've really tried to shed and separate yourself from those energies. Even if you hear them, even if somebody says that to you, it's like you're not letting it affect you as much as it did before. Before, you may have taken that on, taken it personally, taken that to heart and been like, oh man, you're right. Why am I, in my head about this? Why am I trying to make a dream come to reality? And it's like now you're in this place where you know that the divine has your back. You know that the divine is supporting your path, and that if you have an idea that was planted by the divine, then why wouldn't it be possible for you? Why wouldn't it be possible to come to fruition? You're really gaining discernment here. You've really gained your ability to discern which thoughts, which energies have place in your life now, in this new transition that you're going through, in this new era of your life where you are calling fantasies and dreams into your reality, using your discernment and cutting through and finding the truth. And again, being honest with yourself. I feel like that's the key here, is you've been really honest with yourself about, where are there some things where, if you have this really big idea and then you're not doing anything about it, being honest with yourself about, okay, could this really happen? Have I been putting in the aligned action? Have I been healing myself in the way that I should in order to receive this, right? Because it doesn't come out of nowhere. It sometimes feels like it comes out of nowhere because so much builds up behind the scenes before it finally comes to fruition, but it's always something that starts on the internal. And I feel like you've really found that balance. You found that balance. You're going to feel very safe and protected in this. I'm also getting with this card to protect your ideas right now. Again, protecting the energy around what it is that you're manifesting. Only letting in certain people who you know will not judge you or throw that negative connotation onto it. But it's kind of like you're moving from, you know, working so diligently with the working so diligently with the Eight of Pentacles, going about it in a slow, steady pace. You're like, okay, maybe within 5 years this will happen. I just got to keep going. And you've kind of like released the timing, and you've allowed it to take that time. You've allowed it to take that time, knowing that it's taking longer because this is something that is going to literally change your life. And I feel like it's switching from that King of Pentacles energy, that slow moving energy, into fast forward movement with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is like the fastest card in the deck. And so you're moving from, you know, being okay with it taking 5 years, for example, to suddenly it's coming in by the end of this year, is like the energy. And you're leaving behind, you know, ideas of lack. You're turning your fortune in your favor, receiving, being receptive and open to miracles. Miracles are coming because you've finally opened up your capacity to hold them. So, sending you so much love.